It is him who actually motivates us to come up with different solutions and present our views. So over to you, sir.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Zeba. I've been listening to all of you. I'm so sorry I couldn't come at the beginning of this meeting. But firstly, I would like to thank all our guests today who are here from different parts of different countries, and I'd like to thank Ella especially for bringing all of them together into one place where we could interact and have such a wonderful international collaboration. And it's a really proud moment for us as Douglas Memorial High Secondary School in somewhere in Calcutta in India to have this collaboration with such wonderful delegates. And I wish this continues in the years to come. And we definitely would love to have a lot more of sessions with all of you. To get to know, to learn, and to help each other develop the nations, develop the issues, probably discuss, because you guys might be young now, but you are the future leaders, because right now whatever destruction that has happened, but you can't we can't go back and change things there, but we can definitely change our future, and in your future especially. The reason that we had to, we thought of this SDG and we wanted the club, and we wanted to come up with this club is because, I believe very strongly. I have a belief that I've lived, half of my life, and I've seen, and maybe I'm a part of partial destruction of this world and destruction of places that I have been to. But I don't want that to continue, because my children and the children of my institution, or the children all around the world, need not face what we have faced and need not do the things that we have done. Rather, make the world a better place and bring change to the world, because that is the most important thing. And I think when you collaborate and
the first time we'll all introduce ourselves, we'll talk about our interests, passions, talents, the things which we like doing. The second time, we'll talk about the agenda of the whole session, that is the situation that is happening in Afghanistan, obviously, and talk about the 16th SDG, that is peace and justice, and also the other sustainable development goals which is getting affected because of the situation. The third time, when we pass on the floor, we'll try coming up with little solutions which we can implement to make this world a better place to live in for us and obviously the world.
Kim from South Korea. I'm from Busan International High School in South Korea. I would really like to thank all the participants here. Actually, I am a member of the BAAC program. So thanks for Ella. Thanks for everything. And just talking about my interest. I don't have something specific, but I like to know about the world, like speaking with others. So I think that this would be a great opportunity for me.
My interest, I'm very much interested in the Korean culture, and you know it. So yeah, apart from that, I am into painting, singing, and also a little bit debating and MUN. So yeah.
My name is Hash Bislek, and I'm from Mongolia. I'm currently living in Ulaanbaatar, which is the capital city of Mongolia, and I am 16 and 17 this year. And about my interest, I really into history and arts, and currently working and publishing a book about the Mongolian historical buildings, and also I like mathematics, and I'm a member of the mathematics club on my school. And yeah, I am the member of Bridge Across Asia Conference, which is L attending. So thank you for everything. Thank you for listening to me.
I want to work against this and totally stop the uses of plastic, because it is really harmful for our society, and create a much more responsible world. And also want to work on sustainable sources of energy to make energy production really clean.
I want to be a feminist, a successful one, will be working for women and the entire womankind, because that's what my aim is. I want to study about that. I want to be beside every woman who is suffering through any problem and anything.
I love singing, and I also love to read books. And now I would like to pass on the floor to Ms. Nitsa Gososida.
Hello everyone, my name is Ritsa Gostasila. I am 12 years old and I currently study in the 7th grade. My future goal for the world is that I want everyone to be treated equally, regardless of their sex, gender, skin.
I wish to work for the LGBTQ plus community and I want to abolish homophobia and
And among all of those problems, what has inspired me the most is the water crisis. And it has also gave me this belief that if today I save 1 ml of water, tomorrow I can provide water to a million of people.
About making a change in the world, I want to see a sustainable world and I want to contribute to it in every possible way, be it anything, be it small or be it big. I just want to contribute.
I say. So I'm pretty interested in SDGs, especially about gender equality. I think that Japan is a bit, well, they're working on it, but they're still a bit late. So I was pretty interested in talking about SDGs. So
Thank you so much, Mitra. Before passing on the floor, we have Miss Namoon here, if I've pronounced your name correctly. So, Miss Namoon, if you can go forward and introduce yourself a little and talk about yourself.
Hi guys, I'm so sorry for coming in late, but I had a blackout in my area. My name is Namoon. Yeah, you did pronounce that right, thank you. I'm from Mongolia and I'm 18 years old. And I also do a little bit of debate and MUNs in my home country.
My name is Gen. Please call me Gen Gen. I'm from in Japan and I'm 15 years old. Thank you.
Indeed, all the targets of SDG 16 are getting affected. Well, moving forward, if we can have Miss Kashlibek. Kashlibek, if I pronounced that right. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's the correct way to pronounce.
Thank you.
So actually, for everyone who talk about Afghanistan, and thank you for all the information. And personally, I don't have that much information, but in my opinion, I'm feel so sorry for all the children and women, every citizen who suffering for this 20 years, and I feel so sorry. And I also really regret that the freedom that everyone has support. And actually, it's so amazing to see that China will support Afghanistan, and I was kind of shocked because Russia were kind of the dirt part of this one, and they're just saying them, and China will support them, and everyone is criticized for America or China or the ex-president of Afghanistan, but I feel why they didn't do that much, the government, I think I have to say ex-government of the Afghanistan, because before all that happened, I feel all the people kind of avoid to being the part of the Afghanistan issue for 20 years. Even the United Nations, they didn't do that much, and feel and after that, the head of the Taliban, they say that they will respect the freedom of the woman, and today they said that, and I feel I'm pretty happy. I can't say happy, but I'm pretty relaxed that the Afghanistan finally kind of come after that the suffering, and feel we have to wait more to see what the Taliban do. But we all know that the Taliban is not that much good people, and I also like to read the book of the Malala, who are kind of really detailed about the Taliban, and feel I think we need some time to see the next steps of the Taliban. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, surely we're really interested about what they do next, what the plans they're planning, and obviously how we can eradicate or lessen the pain of the people there. Well, we can move forward to Miss Namoon, maybe.
Hi, is my voice clear?
Yes, very well.
Okay. Well, I have a lot of opinions on this topic, but I'll try to keep it as short as I can. I do agree with a lot of people in terms of how powerhouse countries have kind of interrupted the governance of Afghanistan in the first place. We all can agree that every country that have been interrupted in the Cold War have had severe consequences after that because of political powerhouses. But what I always think about the Afghanistan situation is, what if it was your country? What if it was Mongolia? And think of a powerhouse in Mongolia, or think of a powerhouse in your country, either a religion, race, or whatever it is. What if that people took power? Can you imagine the situation, right? So I don't understand why powerhouses like America, Britain, even India, or Russia, first place, interrupted their governments. So Afghanistan government may be flawed, but so is every country. But what they shouldn't have done is to interpret, fund guns and machines for their own personal gain through minerals, oil, and their agriculture. It's obviously that Afghanistan has its advantage. But what other countries didn't understand is they were benefiting themselves by corrupting a country from the first place. So it's hard to really say that, oh, Taliban is bad, the US is bad, but we have to, as countries, maybe even third world countries, a little country like Mongolia has to be aware that these countries need to be accountable for what they did. They cannot just flee from Afghanistan saying that we're done with the war we created and now all countries need to contribute. So that's my opinion on this whole situation.
Thank you so much, Ms. Namoon. Thank you for making us realize
Our hungry people, the citizens, the commoners like us, they are suffering. So the UN has to just be unbiased and take decisions. So yeah.
Well, we can note that down. Iron and Devopriya, if you can take that lead, please. If we can have the minutes of the meeting for the solutions. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ella. Well, Mr. Yuki, the floor is all yours.
Thanks a lot. So for a more global solution, I agree with sorry, I forgot the last person's name.
Miss Ella.
Yeah, Miss Ella. Yeah, I agree with Miss Ella. Yeah, I think that as we should work as a whole world, since globalization is spreading all around the world. It's different from 50 years ago, where there was the Cold Wars and people weren't connected as much as now as today. So I thought that it would be a really good idea to work more as a whole group. And as for a more personal kind of solution, thing that we could do, I agree with. We need more knowledge, especially throughout this whole program. I learned a lot of stuff about Afghanistan and the Taliban that I didn't know while listening to your presentations and all of those kind of stuff. And I think that in Japan currently, the people around me are not really interested in this problem right now. They don't even know much. So I think that as for a solution that I can do, that I could probably make a poster. And since my school allows students to put up posters and let everyone take a look at it, I thought that it would be pretty good if I made a poster and just held it up in school. So yeah, that's my two solutions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yuki. Well, Ms. Shayoni next, and then we can have Ms. Namu.
Yes, so for the time being, when the condition is Afghanistan is really unstable and people are trying to come out of it, I think all the countries should do as much as they can to provide assistance, open their gates for the refugees, and provide financial and assistance in terms of food or money, and basically tend to the needs of the people. And another thing is, of course, we need to educate the people around us about the situation and make them aware that whatever is happening should not be happening, and something needs to be done so that in future, from 1996. From 1996, we are back in 2021, and what we see is things haven't changed a lot. So we need to make sure that we are the last generation to see this happening, so that the people next to us don't have to face what we are facing. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shani. Next, Ms. Namun, please.
I completely agree on the part of giving knowledge, but also I do think we should be very, very cautious about the knowledge we do receive and give out. Because if you haven't heard it from an Afghan person, it's probably well to question it. We see all of our social media and knowledge platforms, they are all westernized. Or your news outlets, they're all propaganda, or they could be very different from the current situation that's happening in reality. So we should be very, very cautious of the things we share. And in terms of propaganda, it is a very westernized ideal. But I do agree that when there is a problem, there is a powerhouse that likes to use the most vulnerable ways into making other countries believe in it. And the main motion why the UN doesn't give propagandist information or say that the Taliban is bad yet is because they cannot inform all countries to have the same opinion. Every country needs to have their own opinion of what their own soldiers or own deployers actually faced in the Afghan soil, so that we all understand what the reality truly is. That being said, it doesn't mean that the Taliban are good people. There are many affidavits from Afghan people that they are really suffering there. So even as a little country like Mongolia, we are very socially connected. So we always share on our platforms what's truly happening. But from that, from just the Instagram story, you should really question what they're telling you and be very cautious about it. But also, once you found your caution, spread that out.
Thank you so much, Ms. Namu, which is actually very true, because I've really heard how rumors spread faster than any fact. And it is so important to question anything which we are coming across the news. So anyone else with any situation? I see no hands though. Anyone who wants to come forward and take the lead for sharing some solutions? Yes, Ms. Kim.
Okay, so thank you.
You can go next after Ms. Kim, if that is okay with you.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Ms. Kim.
She could go first, actually.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Thank you, Kim. Okay, I feel like still we have to provide them, and I just remember that my parents donated to Syria some products when the war is going on, and my parents donate some blanket and some some necessary things to Syria. And after that, my parents are really enthusiastic about the freedom and other necessary things. I feel like I have to be a continuity, the continuity of them. And still, even we are being in online after the coronavirus thing, we still go to other countries that face to face and kind of communicate to them. And thank you so much for everything.
Thank you so much. Well, Ms. Kim.
Actually, I wanted to talk about something. It's something that me and Miss Park from my country is very interested in. It's called metaverse. I don't know if you all guys know about this term. You could just think about it as a virtual society, a virtual place that everyone could meet virtually, and creating their avatar or something. So as a lot of participants here said, we also think that communication should be needed. Actually, we need to hear about what things are going on in Afghanistan, and the news doesn't always tell us all about the things that's going there. So if we use the term of the metaverse, people could in the global society could meet in a virtual world with their avatars, and then talk about some things, talk about the solutions, just like here, like us meeting in Zoom. So yeah, that's all for me. And I think Ms. Park would give an additional information of this, maybe. May I start to speak?
Yes, please do.
Okay, thank you. So I did a SDG related project with Miss Kim, and SDG related activity with her. And actually, while doing that, we just searched for a lot of things that could be related to SDG, and we found out metaverse, which she explained. And we found out that metaverses would be a lot more effective place to spread things, spread what is happening in this world. So like she just said, we cannot just know everything that is happening in this world by just watching news, but by using metaverse, where we can meet virtually, where we can meet people from other countries. I think we could share a lot more information together. And in this kind of situation where people need support, people need to share their opinion and just ask some help, then this metaverse system would be really effective. Like Black Lives Matter and Stop Asian Hate activities were spreaded by social media, and by using metaverse, I think this kind of event, this kind of issue, this international affair, which is the issue between Afghanistan and Taliban, could be solved And actually, I can't really say and guarantee that it will really help really solve this problem, but actually by doing this, a lot more people will know about the deeper story which is happening in Afghanistan, and we could support them. We could find out the things that they need help, and it could be kind of effective way to help them as a student, as someone who's kind of really weak, but as in whole, when we gather together, we can make a really big power. And I think this is a platform where we can give a lot of help for those people, and I think this could be one solution for this status quo right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Park and Ms. Kim. It is indeed something which we'll really like to work upon. It is something which we have gotten to know from this session itself, that is the metaverse, I suppose. And I suppose if we can master more on its information and what it is, we'd like to go research about a little. And thank you so much about that. Miss Irene, if you can come forward, please.
Yeah, so we all are aware of the serious situation the women and the children of Afghanistan is going through. So if every member nation of the neighboring nation, they can join hands and help the women get out of the situation, or give if they can give them refuges in our nation, or in all the neighboring nations of Afghanistan, then at least their life would have been saved, because the life they are going to lead from tomorrow is something which is absolutely a person, every human being has a right to live, and that's not the right way to live. The women, that's the way they have been forced to live. The Taliban are forcing the women to do that. So if we can do, if every member nation and neighboring nations can do something for them, to let those people out of this nation, and so that they can lead a healthy life with being educated and being an independent woman or an independent individual, is what they are in need. And we being knowing that reality, we should stand by them, we should help them in every possible way we can. Because the ultimate aim is to build a peaceful and a resilient society. It's the aim of UN, United Nations, and it should be the aim of every single individual. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you so much, Ms. Irene. Indeed, it is all of us who are looking forward or working for a peaceful world indeed. So with that, we come to the end of the session. and let's just discuss a little views on how everyone felt, especially our guests today. What we do is, after every session, we use an adjective on how the session went, like extraordinary or interesting or eye-opening, any word. So if our guests could use one word, just one word on how they felt about the whole session, and then if there's any proposal you want to, if any other projects or any other collaborations you're looking forward to, please present it to us. We can discuss it out. And Ella will always be our bridge, and you have also been emailed through our official club's account, so you can always revert to that if you have anything in mind. We are just a virtual touch away in 2021. So if we can start moving on the floor on how you felt.
Excuse me, Miss Zeba.
Yes, Sayed.
I just had something to say about the solution.
Right. We can take that, obviously.
All right, thank you. So, like, in every meeting of this club that I have been a part of, I've always focused on this one thing, that not only just implementing a solution, but maintaining it throughout will truly keep its sustainability. We saw in Afghanistan that peace treaties have failed. Deploying the military has also failed, which makes me really question what can a long-lasting sustainable solution